Building an indie business in the center of venture capital. I am Alex Edmonds. People on the internet call me SupremeRumHam, and this is the Building an Indie Business podcast, recorded in the Indie Business Studio. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about NFTs, specifically the NFTs that I have made. So, yeah, I'm going to be talking about the NFTs I'm creating, what's changed, the quality of them, how I'm starting the project, the problems that I have run into, where I heard about this, and what's next for my NFTs project. So let's get into it. So, as longtime listeners know, I have been using Photoshop since 2014 at the age of 18. Photoshop was the very first technology I learned in terms of things on the internet and learning how to use it, and that gave me the confidence to learn how to program, right? So I used Photoshop at first to create designs and put them on t-shirts. If you want to hear more about that, I talk about it in very detailed manner in the e-commerce premium report for revenue research. I will put that in the show notes for you. Buy it. You can hear about my journey in e-commerce. Yes. So now I am creating NFTs, and I have put them on Solsea.io. It is on the Solana network. I haven't created any NFTs before because I didn't want to mint on the Ethereum network because it's too expensive, and I was worried no one would buy anything, and I'm also cheap, right? So I want to save money. But I heard about Solana and Sol, and it was very cheap to mint on the Solana network, right? The Solana network is faster. It has faster transactions, and they're cheaper. It costs me pennies to mint and list them, right? Also, one thing that's changed is the quality of my designs. So, my Photoshop skills have gotten a lot better because I've been watching videos. Because I got nervous. I was like, are my designs good enough for someone to buy them for 0.1 of a Solana or 1 Solana? Let me watch some videos to get better. So I was watching videos that like how to make things glow, how to make things change the perspective, and make it more like my designs were flat, right? And I didn't like that, so I changed it. I changed the perspective, and I made it look a lot better just by changing the perspective, transforming the layers. And it looks a lot better. Clearly, obviously, I'm going to put things in the show notes so you can check it out. At first, though, I was a little bit embarrassed of my flat designs. I was just going to sell them for 0.1 Solana, which as of September, that's about $10, right? So I was going to put them all for $10. But then when I learned perspective, layers, and layer styles, that changed. My pizza images, I focused on pizza, like making pizza and like making the backgrounds all trippy and adding a lot of color. They look 100% better. One image that I made, I put it for 3 Solana, right? So I'm starting with 15 images. 10 of them have the same exact background. No, it's the same pizza, but they all have different backgrounds, and the backgrounds build off one another. So the first image, I don't have any background, right? It's just nothing. Then the second image is a gray one. Then the third image is a filter put on the gray image, and then that third one has another filter. So I think I did like liquefy, and then I did crystallize, and I just kept building off the backgrounds, and so that's what it is. That's what my collection is, and then I priced it based on how many edits I did to the background. So the gray background is worth zero point 0.1 Solana, and then the crystallized background, no, the liquefy is worth 0.2, and then the crystallize is worth 0.3, right? So it just builds off one another. And then the last one is like 1 Solana, right? So I just thought that was cool. So when you look at the entire collection, you can see that there's like an order, right? Okay. And then I made like 5 others, and I got into a really good flow. So I just kept distorting it, like making the shape, distorting it, and then it just, like, the pizzas look really good and the backgrounds look really good. So I got into a really good flow. I started to play with outer glow patterns, and I tried to make them look really psychedelic. I'm really proud of the other 5, really, really proud, because I put a lot of work into them and they look really good. Like the one that's worth 3 Solana is called Radioactive Pizza. And I made the pizza glow, the pizza itself, the crust, and the cheese, and I made it glow, and then I made the pepperonis glow too, right? And it just looks really like someone dropped in a vat of acid and picked it up. Like, the colors look really cool. I made them glow, right? There's another one that I called Mad Solar Pizza, and it's blue, and it has yellow in it. It's a pattern, right? And I called it Mad Solar Pizza after the Kid Cudi song. And I tried to make that one, like, it just looks really cool. And when I thought about, like, I saw the yellow, and I was listening to some Kid Cudi, and I was like, oh, Mad Solar Pizza, that looks really cool. So I'm proud of that. Yeah. So the problems I'm having right now are that Solana itself and the Solsea network, our platform, Solana network, Solsea platform, are very new, right? So I had been waiting for Solsea for a couple of weeks, maybe like 2 to 3 weeks, to fix their bugs and get online and allow me to put my stuff on there. And it's a very manual process because they haven't added any automation. I had to mint my collection one by one, but all the information was the same except for the name. So, like, what I was expecting was I mint my collection, I pick the settings for it, and then I just upload it right away. But that didn't happen. And then because Solana and Solsea are very new, they're more sellers than buyers. So I have to wait for the Solsea network to finish fixing all their bugs so that they can promote not just my stuff, but everyone on the platform. And by getting more people to look at, the artwork, let's say, or the NFTs, more people will see my stuff and then be likely to buy it, right? So the more people that look at my stuff, the more likely they are to buy it. So I need maybe 100 people to see my artwork before someone buys it, right? But I have to get those views. So I promoted the project, or my NFTs myself, right? I put it in the Revenue Research Discord. I put it in the Telegram group, Open Podcast, right? I did it. I tweeted it out, but that only gets you so far. Like, I'm not very popular yet. So I need their help. right? So I have to wait for that. Okay. So how did I hear about Solana? So, if you know me, if you see me on Twitter, I'm always tweeting at some people, different writers. And so one writer that I read, his publication is Packy McCormick. And he has a publication, notboring.co. And he wrote about Solana. And he said the transactions were cheaper than Ethereum. And I've had these pizza NFTs ready to go for a while. So I figured why not list them and see what happens. Since it's so cheap, right? It doesn't hurt. And if people don't buy them, it's not that much of a loss. And if people do like them, maybe I can move to the Ethereum network and start selling stuff and making money, or selling them for Ethereum instead of Solana. It didn't hurt to try. So what's next? So I've minted some of the other pizzas, but I'm waiting to see if my stuff sells. And if my stuff sells, I will mint the other pizzas that I have. Then I'm thinking of doing ice cream. So I learned how to make pizza, and with some adjustments, I can make ice cream. So with ice cream, the pizza, they both use a triangle for the cone. And so if I just shift the cone a bit, I can make pizza. And then I make a circle, right? And then that's the ice cream. And then to make it drip, what I do is I smudge the bottom of the ice cream, and that'll make it drip. Same with the pizza, actually. I do the same thing. I smudge the triangle, not the triangle, the beginning of the pizza, the little triangle that you eat first. I smudge that a little bit more than I would smudge the ice cream, and then that's how I make the pizza drip, right? So it looks pretty cool. I've done it for some of them. I did it for Mad Solar Pizza, but I didn't do it. I did it for Radioactive Pizza too. So if you see those two pizzas, that's how I made it drip, right? The pizza stretch. I created a video on YouTube to show people how I make pizza, but I didn't add the smudge portion of it. I just did the triangles and the square, and I showed them how to distort it. So yeah, another thing that I'm gonna do is I kept the first versions, the flat versions of the pizza. So if my pizza starts to get more views and some buyers, I might add the throwback editions of the pizza. And then you can also add different types of content. So it's not just GIFs or images. It's audio, right? So I might do some exclusive podcast content or revenue research content. But we shall see. Okay, that's all I have for this episode. I'll probably do another episode on NFTs when I have more to talk about. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.